What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm super excited to give you guys my review of the upcoming Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG in this 2025 Shattered Backboard colorway. So this sees the return of one of the most beloved non-OG colorways of the Air Jordan 1 to ever release. Originally released back in 2015, that's a whole decade ago, but Jordan Brand is bringing these back in full family sizing. So these have already released on the Nike Canada website, but the worldwide release is set for August 23rd, and they retail for $185 US or $235 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is black, starfish, and sail, and these will be available at most Air Jordan retailers, including the Closet Inc. here in Canada. The Closet Inc. is an independently owned and operated sneaker boutique. They're based right here in Southern Ontario in Canada, and they're my go-to shop when it comes to Nikes and Jordan retros. So for anyone watching from Canada, if you're looking to pick up a pair of these and you want to support an independent shop, check out the links down below. I'll link their socials, their website, all that good stuff down below. And be sure to tell the Closet Inc. that you heard about their store through my channel. So the whole story behind this Shattered Backboard Air Jordan 1 dates back to 1985. So this is when Michael Jordan is coming off his highly successful rookie season in the NBA, and Nike decided to host an exhibition game in Trieste, Italy, where Michael Jordan suited up for the home team. So he donned the now famous black, orange, and off-white colored jersey, and at some point during that exhibition game, in typical Michael Jordan style, he took that game extra seriously, and after elevating for a powerful dunk, the entire backboard shattered, with glass breaking into small pieces and shattering onto the ground. So that's where the narrative of this shattered backboard colorway comes into play, and they've adopted the same color scheme of the jerseys onto these Air Jordan 1s. So whereas the originals from 2015 came in a normal black and red Nike Air box, for this 10-year anniversary of that shoe, they come in a special edition box which I have to say looks amazing. So as you can see, it features this shattered glass graphic all throughout, but it still has that typical Nike branding on it. But it's a nice change of pace, giving us something a little bit special for a special release like this. So diving into the details of the shoe itself, the toe box of the shoe is covered in this soft starfish or orange colored leather. So this is a genuine leather and it feels decent to the touch, but it's not anything amazing or super premium. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a smooth black colored leather, and this covers the eyelets of the shoe as well. Underneath this, on the quarter panel, we have an extremely tumbled, slightly off-white colored leather, which looks a lot more white compared to the OGs, which had more of a yellowish or cream colored tone to it. Overlaid on top of this, we have a black leather swoosh. Covering the side flaps or wings of the shoe, we have more of that orange colored leather, and on the lateral side, we have the Air Jordan Wings logo, debossed in this black colored shiny finish. Above this, we have more of that smooth black leather covering the top portion of the ankle collar area, and then covering the bottom heel, we have more orange leather. As far as the laces go, this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with and the one that I think looks best are these flat style black laces, but if you want to give this shoe more pop, they also give you a orange colored flat lace too. Underneath this, we have your typical thin nylon tongue. This is all blacked out, but the tag on the top has Nike Air branding in orange. The interior of the shoe is slightly padded like any other Jordan 1 High OG, and it's covered in a black colored mesh. For the insoles, just like the OGs, it features these custom graphics of a basketball hoop with shattered glass, so I'm glad that they kept the same insoles as the originals. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this solid rubber cupsole, which is painted in this slightly off-white color. Encased within the shoe, we have Nike Air technology, which is not visible to the eye. And then for the outsole, this is your typical Jordan 1 outsole. This is entirely crafted out of an orange colored rubber. We have that circular pivot point on the forefoot and Nike branding in the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. In terms of sizing, these fit like any other Jordan 1 High OG, so I personally recommend most people to go true to size. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me perfectly. Whatever size you normally wear for Jordan 1 High OGs, go with that same size. So for most people, that's gonna be your actual measured foot size. If you have like a really wide foot, you might wanna consider going up half a size, but just sticking with your normal Jordan 1 High size should fit you fine. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any Jordan 1 High, so it's gonna feel pretty flat, pretty firm underfoot. There's a good amount of stability and you feel pretty low to the ground, but in terms of step and comfort, it's nothing really to write home about. You can feel a little bit of squishiness, but generally speaking, it's a pretty firm feeling sneaker, just like what you would expect from most sneakers from the mid-80s. But for a casual use shoe, Jordan 1s are gonna be fine. Just don't expect anything incredibly comfortable. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I thought was decent, but it wasn't anything amazing. What the 2015 Shattered Backboard ones are most known for are their incredible or increased quality over a typical Jordan 1 high. And while that can be a bit embellished based off of its reputation, comparing the OGs to these, I have to say this 2025 retro doesn't feel as premium. So specifically this orange colored leather and the sail, which is actually more of like a slightly off-white colored leather, this really didn't feel as good quality as the OGs. The cut of leather seems a little bit thinner as well. So I gotta say these weren't produced at the same level of quality as the 2015s, but all things considered, it wasn't bad either. The quality control I thought was fine. There weren't any major flaws on my pair, so nothing wrong from that standpoint. I just think if you're going into this expecting this is going to be a one-to-one reproduction of the OGs, then you might be disappointed. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a decent reproduction of the OGs from 2015. The first thing I noticed comparing the two pairs is that for this 2025 retro, the shade of orange or starfish, it's darker compared to the originals, which is more of a vibrant, bright colored orange. As well, on this mid panel here, the leather here is more of a white, whereas on the OGs, it's noticeably more cream toned. And like I mentioned, the overall quality difference is pretty noticeable. Again, it's not to say that this 2025 version is poor, but when you compare these in hand, just from the eye test and just from touching the leather, the 2015s just feel more elevated. For example, the leather on the OGs, it almost feels like it has more of an untreated feel. So if you have wet hands and you're to touch this leather, it leaves behind like a mark, whereas for this 2025 version, it almost feels like there's more of a synthetic leather on the top, like a polyurethane coating to it, and it doesn't have that elevated feel that the originals have. But anyways, I'm rambling at this point. Long story short, if you missed out on the originals, I think this is a great option without having to break the bank. This will be probably available for under retail at some point, but if you do own a pair of the 2015s, like me personally, I don't think there's a point in keeping both, because I do think that the 2015s is a better done sneaker. But that's just my opinion, so let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this 2025 Shattered Backboard Air Jordan 1? Leave your thoughts down below if you want to talk about it. If you have both of them in hand, do you agree with my comparison? Do you disagree? Either way, drop your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow my social media accounts. I'll link all my accounts below. And as always, appreciate your continued love and support, and I'll catch everybody in the next review.